Hello everyone, it's me, Larry. What I'm going to talk about today is something very interesting. It's going to be a little bit touchy. Some people might get a little bit upset, but a lot of people will know that I'm telling the truth. And I thought this would be a great introduction to start, as what I wanted to do was really aim at quite a lot of minority issues. And today I'm just going to talk about dating outside of I don't know, your culture, I'm going to say, because I hate putting us all in the colors. But yeah, dating outside your culture. When you decide that you're going to date someone or marry someone outside of your culture, there's a couple things that you need to take on board. And I would say I'm going to couple a few things. But I'm going to say, like, if you're a white woman dating a black man, then I can't tell you who to like. I can't tell you who to date. And by the way, I'm all for mixing. So, but what you need to understand is, all of a sudden, because you guys are together, that doesn't mean that you're now inside Black Club. That doesn't mean that you understand Black people because your husband is Black. Now you might say, well, I don't need to know it. I love him. No, that is not acceptable. It's great that you love him. And a lot of Black men I know will say that certain things don't bother them, or they they're cool, and I think they are cool, but there are things that bother them. And 9 times out of 10, they've had a situation where they have encountered racism, but not only in society are they put on a lower scale and made to look as though they can achieve. But history has shown that and proven where they stand in the race in society. So yes, you married someone Black, you dated someone Black, but that does not give you the in and the outs of what it is and what it feels like to walk in his or her skin. Now, I think the best thing you can do for yourself and for the person that you're dating is embrace his family and embrace his family's culture. Ask his mom about him, because Black mothers really deeply have a bond with their sons, young and old. And a lot of the times we've got a lot of absent Black men, but we've got a lot of Black fathers that are at home. But the ones that are absent, I don't think it's just that they're absent. Something has happened, and I feel for these men, and I don't think they've been treated fairly. I don't think they've been given the tools. I think that they have been made to feel as though they are less. And some guys can rise above it, and others cannot, for one reason or another. So it's not as simple as you're dating somebody, a minority that's a different skin color, but you're actually taking in a completely different culture of how they've been raised and what their beliefs are. A lot of the times it's an abusive situation. And in our Black culture, we don't see getting your butt smacked with an extension cord, or being told to kneel down and being whipped on your back and your ass as, we don't see it as abuse. But now we're starting to understand that yes, that was abuse, but that abuse was inherited from years of abuse, starting back in slavery. Isn't it ironic that this isn't my family, and I know a lot of my other friends as well. You'd be asked to kneel down, and your mom would take an extension cord to you, and you'd get webs on your legs and on your back. You'd be running. It was so painful. And I remember in my neighborhood, you'd go outside, and somebody else would have got a whooping, and then you would say to that person, "Let's see how many whoops you got." And then you guys would actually, after you dried your tears away, you would sit there and count and see how many there were. And you go, "Oh, that's another one. Oh, that's another one." Well, back to the subject at hand. You must take that person's culture on board. If you are a white man dating a Black woman, you must take her culture on board. And I see it a lot where we're very dismissive as Black people. Like, oh, well, I'm married to Bob, and Bob is da 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 da, and we get on just fine, and yeah, I don't want to talk about any of that, da, da. And we sort of like change our persona, and then when we go back to where we live, it's like, hey, what's up? That's fine. But I do think that it's okay for you to be you, whether you're in a particular environment or not. And I think that that's probably a part of you that you don't show as often, because you feel that you are intelligent and you can. And I agree with all of that, but I don't think that your intelligence has to define how you behave. What you know and what you do are two different things. I think the moment you step out of the box, all of a sudden you are the aggressive black woman. And I've seen it loads of times. The black women, they're in relationships with white men, and they get very upset about something. They've been very cool because they've been told you don't swear in front of your man, you don't spit in front of your man, you don't do that. And I still believe those things today. But what the shocker comes when they aren't allowed, or they're not allowing themselves to be their true authentic self. And the moment that man upsets them, all hell breaks loose. And then you get, oh, you're so aggressive. No, you're not aggressive. And that word has got to stop being thrown around to black women. That word aggressive. I'll get onto that as well. So just be you, no matter what it is. Let the person know what they're getting into, because if they love you, either they're in or they're out. Intelligence and attitude are two different things. You can be as ghetto as ever if you are ghetto, but it doesn't mean you're not intelligent. Doesn't mean you can make decisions. So be proud of who you are, whether you grew up in the suburbs or whether you grew up in the hood, whatever. It doesn't even matter. But you can be you all the time. Your brain is not controlling your body, if that makes sense. I think you can just be your authentic self, but it doesn't. Nobody should be allowed to pass judgment. I don't want to go on too much longer because I should have timed myself, but I'm going to come back on this tomorrow. But so far, what I've just covered is you need to embrace that person's culture, get to know that person's family, let yourself know what you're getting into. And it also doesn't mean that you have to start talking about what you think sounds black. You can just be you too. I think people will respect you more. Hey, and we can't get mad if they want to have a corner roll or two. I mean, that's the Kardashians have made that okay. So let's just let them, we want them to embrace who we are. Let's just let them embrace it. But the moment when they can't answer a particular question about us, about our history, then maybe then we want to know why. That's when we want to ask questions. Yeah, I don't write anything down. I just start talking about a topic. But please follow me on YouTube. That's Larry Henry Putting the World Right. If I'm on YouTube and I've edited this, Larry Henry Putting the World Right. And please subscribe to my webpage, which is www.LarryHenryPuttingTheWorldRight. And follow me on Instagram. That's PTWR2021. That's PTWR2021 on Instagram. Please let me know your thoughts. I'm just going to put this out. I'm not going to edit it or anything. It's just going to go out the way it is, and I want to know what you think. But I've got a long way to go. This is only like my 4th video. No, it's not my 4th, but 5th maybe. Anyway, thank you. Bye.